Alright, I enjoy trying new formats for my videos and different styles of presenting just to see if anything strikes me. Last time I did a top 5 for the previous set, Order of Chaos, which was a really solid set. And coming into the new set, there wasn't really a lot that I personally enjoy of it. But that being said, I still had a tough time whittling it down to 5. I think I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 that I had in the running for top 5. Again, this is all personal opinion. I do want to make a note from my last video, which was a lot of people seem to disagree when I put the INZEKTOR Exceed in there, and I'm going to agree. I'm also going to defend what I said. First off, I'm agreeing that yes, it wasn't going to be a pivotal card. And in actuality, the proper spot for that would actually be INZEKTOR Dragonfly. And I know a lot of people kind of lean on Hornet, but running the deck for a while like I did, I found the biggest key card is Dragonfly. Hornet was a pivotal part of that combo, but it wasn't necessary. The constant necessary card was Dragonfly in order for the deck to go off. So I would have given that spot in hindsight to Dragonfly, but I will defend what I said in that INZEKTOR really need a solid Exceed monster for themselves in order to consistently rank high. It is a bit of a I don't want to say autopilot. I would call it more cruise control. Autopilot would be something where you really do not need to think, period, at all to play it. And the only deck I really would put in there would have been the old Chaos decks. Mishina coming in close, but not quite. But most decks like Mishina and current INZEKTOR builds, I would call cruise control, where there is a solid core playstyle that anyone can really understand quite quickly and run effectively, but there is enough room there for improvement and personalization that I can't just call it autopilot. So that all being said, top 5 of the next set to come out, which is in another month, which would be Galactic Overlords. Okay, I almost forgot it. I almost forgot the title of the set. I'm a smart man. So let me get my little list over here. Alright, so number 5, I actually have Heretic Seal of the Sun Dragon Overlord. And for those of you who do not know what it is, and I'm surprised, it is the level 8/0/0 dragon normal, I think, common monster. But Kirk, why would that be on the top 5, beating out cards like Trial and Tribulation and Beatron? Well, I'll tell you. Heretics is going to be a heavily played set, or deck, I should say. Whether it does well, like at a tournament or not, is yet to be, experienced. But people do want to run Heretic. It is one of those decks that people are looking forward to. And a lot of the cards involve either tributing the Heretic monsters and effects that come off of that, or special summoning dragons. Most of which, when they're special summoned through the effect, they have a attack and defense of 0. A majority of them ask for light dragons as well. Now people immediately think Blue Eyes, which isn't a bad card to run, but it's going to be a pain to bring out and actually use as Blue Eyes. With so many effects that special summon normal dragons, and reducing their attack down to 0, it's not really as effective. But people do need to run normal, high-level, dragon, light monsters. Seal of the Sun is all of those things. Already has 0 attack, 0 defense. In the Heretic deck, you are not playing those cards to be powerhouses. You're playing them for materials for Exceed. Right? That's all you need. And the lower that attack and defense, and here it's 0, the more malleable it is and the easier it is to get out. You could feasibly run things like Shining Angel to bring out these level 8s to mesh together to make a Galaxy Neos or any of the other Heretic monsters that are, say, rank 8. I'm sorry. There's a level 6 that is really good as well. That is a Gemini monster, but counts as a normal monster until it's made an effect monster through the Gemini effect. And that's just as effective. But, in my opinion, I think people are going to be leaning towards those rank 8 monsters. Thunder and Dragon being a really good one from last set that people looked over. Now on eBay, going for about 8, maybe 9. Ultimates maybe going for about 11. And if the deck does well, those are going to shoot right up. And I prefer to pick core cards as opposed to pricey cards, so I think that's going to be number 5 on my list. Number 4... Number 4 is kind of hard to pick. I'm going to put Tardy Orc at number 4. And a lot of people I know are overlooking Tardy Orc because it's not the effect people hoped. We had Tour Bus and Tour Guide with amazing effects, and people heard, Tardy Orc, saw the illustration, expected it to be a similar effect. And it's not. It's a 2200, 0 defense, 4-star. And its only effect is this card cannot attack the turn it's normal summoned. I think that's great. I really do. Like, all the other goblins that come out and can attack first turn, they switch to defense, can easily be killed. Tardy Orc is a 2200, so he's a body. He's a 2200 body. He can't attack the turn he's normal summoned. First off, that's an effect. That can be negated. Second of all, it's not always going to be normal summoned. If it's special summoned, boom, he swings. Third, it's a 2200 body. Oh no, he can't attack first turn. He has summoning sickness. I think he's actually going to eventually be run when people realize how good the card actually is. I like the card. Put it at number 4. Number 3, I'm going to put... Hard for me to put it. I'm going to put CARDCARD at number 3. You play it, you sack it, you don't get the rest of your turn, but you get to draw 2 cards. Free draw 2 cards. First off, okay, it's a great Exodia card. You're not going to attack or anything like that. You don't need that. Okay? Exodia decks, here you go. If you have an empty turn, here's 2 cards. I normal summon it, I draw 2 cards. The only drawback is you no longer have priority in this game. So, it does lose a bit of its playability. That's not why I put it number 3. But it's a solid effect. People are going to use it. It's going to go for money. It's going to go for cash money. It's a good card. People are going to run it. It gives you options. Anything that gives you options goes for a high amount of money. Look at Pot of Duality. How high did that go up until promos came out? Like, I think 150 at some point? But, I digress. Number 3, CARDCARD. Solid card. People will use it. Number 2, I put, excuse me, Heretic Sun Dragon Overlord of Heliopolis? Heliopolis. Yeah, whatever. It's the, you need 2 level 8s. And that's it. Just 2 generic level 8s to exceed summon this guy. And he has a okay effect. Not overpowering, but a decent effect. Here's why it's number 2. It's going to be run first in Heretic. Yeah, it's a rank 8. It gives you a little more breathing space. It doesn't say it needs to be a dragon or normal or any of that. Some breathing space. Any other deck that has a level 8 or multiple level 8s can run the card. Alright. What deck do we keep seeing in top 8s, at least one, that continuously brings out multiple level 8s? Welcome to Graph City. This is going to be great. This is going to be great in Dark World. Especially Grepha Dark World. Because you can throw out Greffas. Here's this guy. Boom. He's a rank 8 exceed. So if you have Greffas, you swing with them. There are effects that can go off. You can pay with a Grepha. And then re-special summon that Grepha. While still having that exceed monster out there. It's a solid option. Dark Gold's gonna love it. Heretic's gonna love it. It's a rank 8 without any restriction. And that's not to say down the road there aren't going to be other level 8 monsters that are going to take advantage of this. And I think it's going to be run a lot more than people think, up until maybe another generic rank 8 comes out. But until then, he's really the only one. And that's why I'm putting him number 2. I think you're going to see a lot more of them hitting play. And I think that's important. Number 1, Nightbeam. Love Nightbeam. Oh my god. MST's good. MST is a good card. Let's not get past that. MST is a good card. But let's look at it like this. How many times do you play MST from hand? And how many times do you actually play it as a speed 2? I don't know about you, I see a lot more people playing MST from hand to blow up a card. People already run 3 MSTs in a deck. Even people who, bring it back a bit, usually run at least 2. It's a solid card. Here we have a card that really, you're either going to main or you're going to side deck 2 copies and switch them out with MST. Solid side deck, solid main deck, solid prevention. Your opponent cannot activate in response to you trying to blow up their stuff, which every other card allows you to. I don't see the fault in this. With all these decks that run cards that can react to compulsory evacuation device, mind crush. Well, it used to be trap dust shoot, but not anymore. For that matter, MST was one for a while. Book of Moon's another. There's a lot of quick action that people use to try and get around the mass amount of MSTs that are out there. And this prevents that. This blows it up. I like that assurance. I like blowing things up for certain. And if they don't want it gone, they really have to spend a resource to get rid of Nightbeam. They have to spend a negation resource. Most people, if they want to get around, that, they would activate the card that's being targeted. But you can't do that. So, I think Nightbeam is going to be probably one of the best cards. Not only in the set, but in the game for the next couple of sets. I think people are going to run it. People are going to main it. People are going to mix some Nightbeams and some MSTs. There's going to be a lot of destruction in the spell trap zone now. Not that there hasn't already been, but you know what I mean. So that's my top 5 for Galactic Overlord. I'd like your opinions. I'd like you to tell me what your top 5 are. And I'll see you guys later.